If you run an e-commerce store, preferably Shopify, and don't currently have an email follow-up sequence for people that abandon checkout or abandon their cart, then you need to keep watching this video because you need to set that up ASAP. You're leaving a bunch of money on the table if you're not doing some kind of follow-up email sequence to try and re-engage those people and get them back to purchasing and completing their purchase of your product. So stay tuned on this video. If you get value from it, click that thumbs up button, leave a comment below if you have any questions at all for me, and let's go ahead now and jump into some of the notes that I have here for you. All right, so one thing I forgot to mention is that all of these notes I have taken from Ezra Firestone. Now he is a MVP, he's like NFL for when it comes to e-commerce stores. He runs multiple Shopify stores. He's done over $80 million in the last 4 years of business. So he knows his stuff. He does a lot of email marketing. He's all about it. He's all over the internet if you don't know the guy. So a lot of these strategies that I'm going to be talking about in this video are from him, what I've researched from him, and the strategies that he is actually doing. So this stuff works, okay? It works for this $1 million seller right here. Now, before we really jump into it, I just want to tell you who I am. My name is Ian Smith. I run an internet marketing company called Evolve Media. You can learn more about us by going to evolvemedia.agency. We help a lot of Shopify and Amazon sellers with running Facebook ads, messenger bots, and email marketing. So if you want to book a call with me to talk about how we can help you scale up your business and increase your sales, then head over to evolvemedia.agency. All right, so let's jump into this. So the first stat that you need to know is that on average, 68% of people abandon checkouts from e-commerce stores. Now, I know that the two phrases, abandoned carts and abandoned checkouts, get thrown around together all the time, but obviously if somebody adds something to their cart, you're not getting their email address, so you're not able to follow up on them if they've abandoned their cart and you don't already have their email address. If it's a past customer and you're using something like Klaviyo and you already do have their email address, then yes, you can follow up with them, but chances are you don't have their email address, maybe you're not using Klaviyo, so really I'm gonna be referring to it as abandoned carts or abandoned checkouts, but just know that when people say abandoned carts, it's pretty much the same thing. You get their email during the checkout process, so that's really when you're actually able to do these follow-up sequences. So 68% on average abandoned checkouts. Now, it may be higher for your store. You really should dig into your data to see what your actual abandoned cart, abandoned cart number is, but I've seen it a lot higher than 68%. So just know that stat is real, and that's even more reason why you need to keep and really refine your follow-up strategy to make sure you're not leaving money on the table. Okay, so key number one that I learned from Ezra Firestone is you need to be sending 2 follow-up emails at minimum and within the first 24 hours after a person has actually abandoned their cart, abandoned their checkout, and you don't want to wait any longer than that, okay? So 24 hours, 2 emails, you need to just hit them quickly. Key number 2, keep emails short and keep the content short. Include the call to action buttons and keep it all above the fold in your email. So it's got to be just a small little paragraph of text. You don't want them scrolling. You don't want to have too much information. It's really just a quick nudge. You're reaching out to them real quick saying, hey, did you leave something in your cart? And by the way, I'm going to be covering 2 emails that Ezra actually uses for his abandoned sequence. So I'm going to show you actually more in depth of what exactly you should be putting in these 2 follow-up emails. So you need to have at least 2. Okay, key number 3, use tasteful scarcity tactics. Okay, there's a ton of different ways that you can implement scarcity, like this deal is running out soon, we're doing, this is a holiday sale, so you want to, take advantage of it before the holiday runs out, but tasteful is the key word here because you don't want to, people can see through lies, right? Don't just blatantly lie to them, just trying to get scarcity out there. You need to have a legitimate reason as to why you may run out of inventory, as why this sale or this special offer or this product offering at all may be gone here soon. Use scarcity for sure though, and just don't get too lying with it. Okay. All right. Key number 4, don't offer a discount until the 3rd email. Now, something to know is that Ezra Firestone doesn't actually offer discounts in his follow-up sequence. I guess he rarely offers discounts. So if you want to offer discounts, if you don't, just keep in mind Ezra is not really a huge fan of them. There's a ton of reasons why discounts are maybe not the best idea, but if you're in a highly competitive industry, niche, space, discounts may be a better option for your business. Anyway, don't offer it until the third email, and just keep in mind that emails 1 and 2 do all the heavy lifting and really trying to capitalize on that warm lead. You know, they're still warm within the first 24 hours of them adding to their cart and going through the checkout. So you want to just be sure to hit them while they're still warm, and then keep in mind that that third email is going to be when they're cooling off, because chances are it's outside of that 24-hour window. All right, key number 5, include a list saver sentence or a short paragraph before the unsubscribe button. Now this is definitely something you want to test around with, but basically your unsubscribe button is going to be at the very bottom of your email, right? Well, right above that, you want to put like a little sentence or a little paragraph, and this is going to remind people why they signed up for your list and what the incentives are for staying subscribed. So when Ezra did this, he was running his emails without having this little list saver paragraph, and he would get a couple of unsubscribes here and there. When he added in this list saver paragraph, he saw that 100% reduction. He had a 100% reduction in unsubscribes, which to me seems a little bit too high. 100% of people stopped unsubscribing. That seems a little bit too high, but that's just what he says in one of his videos. So definitely test around with a list saver. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through 2 emails, and I'm gonna show you 2 actual emails that Ezra uses in his Boom by Cindy Joseph. I think it's like a makeup company. So these are actually 2 emails that he uses. So feel free to copy them, change the copy a little bit, but here we go. So email number 1, 4 hours after shopping cart is abandoned. Now again, it says shopping cart, but really it's initiated checkout because that's the only way you get their email address. So here's the copy format that Ezra uses. So wait 4 hours, header with logo at the top. I'm not a huge fan of header with logo. I mean, make it small because again, you want it above the fold. You don't want your header and logo to take up a lot of area. So header and logo, then it says those Boom items you were looking at, ... We're holding them for now, but they could be gone tomorrow. Here's what you have saved. Here's what we have saved for you. I'm a horrible reader. God, I can't read. Here's what we've saved for you. So picture of the items in the cart, call to action button, line of text that says, we regularly sell out of our pro age cosmetics and skin care, so we suggest you grab these items now while you can. Footer with social icons, phone number, email address, and then the list saver paragraph. So very basic. It's really just a quick nudge, just saying, hey, we sell out a lot of this. Did you want to come back and purchase it? It's really just a quick little reminder. So it shouldn't piss people off too bad when you're just giving them a quick little reminder like that. Very, very basic, 4 hours. That's the first email. So obviously change the copy a little bit, but there's an example for you. Now here's some of the stats behind that first email, okay? So usually Ezra gets about a 45% open rate with this email, which is pretty good. I mean, usually email rates are like 15% these days. So he's getting 45%. He's getting a 7% order rate. So he's being able to recapture 7% of those lost sales. He's getting them to actually order. And for him, it's been about $18,000 from this one email within the last 30 days. So obviously don't keep in mind so much the 18K because it's gonna vary. He gets a ton of traffic. I'm sure that dude spends like $100,000 a day or something crazy like that. But yeah, so it's working out pretty well for him. So now this is going to be email number 2, 24 hours after abandoning the cart, excluding people who did not buy from the last email. All right, so here is the second email right here. So you're gonna wait 20 hours. Okay, then you get your header with logo, then it's gonna say last chance to finish shopping with these Boom items. I can't read, for these Boom items. Last chance to finish shopping for these Boom items. We've been holding your Boom items for 24 hours, but we can't hold them much longer. Here is what we have set aside for you. Show a picture of the product, show the button, and then you say something like, demand is high for all our Boom cosmetics and skincare we regularly sell out. So out of fairness to our other customers, we can't hold these for long. Still want these items, question mark. Take a minute to finish shopping now. And then you got your footer with those social icons and all that kind of stuff. So again, it's just a very basic, gentle, easy nudge saying, hey, we're not gonna be able to hold them for long. You got that scarcity, that tasteful scarcity. And then this is so usually Ezra says that he will stop here. Now, I would assume that for all his different products, he's either going to keep going with a lot of other different follow-up emails, maybe content type of emails, maybe relating to other products and things like that, and he's going to leave the whole abandoned checkout thing alone, and then he's just going to keep emailing them other stuff. But for the actual email checkout abandonment, this is what he's got. So those are the two examples for him. Now, this is optional. This is not necessarily what he does, but email 3 and 4. So email 3 is going to be 48 hours after they've abandoned the cart. So 2 full days, excluding people who did not buy from the last 2 emails. And this one is going to potentially include a 10% off promo code that ends tomorrow. So you're giving them 24 hours, a dynamic promo code that is going to end, right after, pretty much right after you give them. So you're really trying to push them to just buy immediately. 10% off, depending on what your margins are, you may be able to give them 20% off or 5% off if you don't have that big of margins and you can't afford to take a 10% haircut. So that's email number 3, 48 hours later. Again, Ezra does not actually offer a discount, but he's saying this is something you can do. Email number 4 is 60 hours after they abandon the cart. Again, excluding people that did not buy from the last email. Now, I highly recommend that you use Klaviyo. Klaviyo works really well with Shopify and with being able to exclude out and track buyers and track order amounts from emails. Klaviyo and Shopify are like Shopify should literally just buy Klaviyo. That would be pretty legit. Anyway, this one is just including a final reminder to save that 10% because it ends in just a few hours. So again, 60 hours later, you hit them with just a reminder saying, hey, that 10% off promo code is only valid for a couple more hours, so you're gonna wanna use it ASAP. So that is pretty much the key email factors that Ezra recommends to you. Hope you got value from this video. If you did, click that thumbs up button, leave a comment below if you have any questions at all for me. Consider subscribing to the channel, would love that a lot. And thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.